Hello everyone, today we'll be going over a 289 BHS. This is a Puma 2021 model. Today I'll be going over everything the best I can. If I miss anything, if you have any questions on anything, just give us a call and we'll be happy to help. We'll start right here with the water heater. Right here we have your anode rod. 1 1/8" socket on that. To remove that, anytime you're going to remove that anode rod, be sure to relieve your pressure by flipping the pressure release valve there. You can run this water heater on LP or 110. For 110, there is a switch right here. It's kind of hard to see in this lighting here. But yeah, the switch is there in the bottom left hand corner. You're just going to flip that switch on when we're plugged in, and this is going to fire up on electric. Just be sure that you have water inside your water heater before you turn that, or you turn this button on. So say we just hooked up to the city water, this is going to start filling right away. So I will open this pressure release valve right up and just leave it open. Once I see water coming out, I will close that, and then I know I'm good to turn that on. And like I said, before you drain, be sure to relieve the pressure in the tank. And then for the LP side of this, you're just going to go inside on the panel. There'll be a button for LP water heater, so we'll show you that here in a second. Here we have your freshwater tank fill. As you're filling this, go inside, check your gauge. These do have overflows, but with the pressure you're putting in, the overflow might not keep up. So, you know, it's important to check that gauge as you're filling. Here we have a black tank flush. So you actually have a sprayer inside your black tank that sprays around, knocking things down. So try to use this as much as possible, just to keep that tank clean as possible. Anytime you're using that black tank flush, be sure to have your black tank pull open. Here we have your furnace exhaust. I highly suggest buying mud dauber screens for these. Mud dauber or wasp are attracted to the burning LP smell, so they'll go in there and make a nest, which causes, you know, issues. I've also found frogs and mice in here, so little critters do make their way up in there. Here we have an outlet with your coax hookup, and then also a TV mount here, so you can have an outdoor TV set up. Stovetop vent here, you're gonna have 2 little tabs. You just pull them out, you know, when you're cooking your bacon or fish, or anytime you're trying to vent that smell out or smoke. And then when you're done, just go push the 2 tabs back into place. Do have a couple outdoor speakers here. Awning here. Typically you want to run this awning out as far as you until the flap is hanging straight down. Once you see that, that's when you know to stop. And then to adjust your pitch, you're just going to simply pull down on your arm here, just like so. So now our pitch is set. So now the rain is going to come this way, or shade. They do say these are just for shade, so you know, if you run up to the store, just run it in real quick. It only takes you, you know, a minute, 30 seconds. So, and these are very expensive, so just don't risk it. So these are the Solera pull down arms. So when you're retracting, you won't have to mess with this arm here. You just go and hit your retract button and it'll fix itself as you're retracting.
We just need to get a new set.
This fridge here is 110 only, so you'll have to be plugged in for this to be on. Here we have our outdoor kitchen setup. The griddle top and sink with hot and cold. Here we have our little spray hose, which you'll have a spray port here. We'll show you in a second. The drawer here. Inside the drawer has your LP quick connect hose, little grease catcher, and then your manual. Looks like that grease catch goes right there. So that hose is gonna hook up, your LP Quick Connect hose will hook right here. And then that's gonna hook into right here on the unit, which you also have a sticker saying LP Quick Connect here. So you also have an extend and retract here for your stabilizer jacks. Be sure to get the trailer level first with your front tongue jack, or the front legs. And then stabilize with these rears here. So, roof is fully accessible. They say to get up there every 6 months, I say at least. You can't take too much care of, you know, these. Over time, your lap sealant will dry out, it'll crack, it'll bubble, and that's what you're looking for up on your roof. Anywhere where they screwed into the roof, they apply lap sealant. So you're just gonna go over the bad spot with your new lap sealant. This unit is also pre-wired for a backup camera. Really easy install. They sell 2 cameras, this Furion style. They have a backup camera and then an observation. I suggest getting the observation because that runs full time, you know, as you're driving down the road. The backup camera is just for backing up. Here we have our cable satellite inputs. These will be dispersed throughout. Spare tire on the back here. Also, you can store sewer hoses in the back bumper. We got a storage compartment here. And then here we have a shore power hookup. And here we have our galley tank drain or pull. And then right here we have our black and gray tank. So black handle is your black tank, gray handle is your gray tank. If they ever were to break off, your 4-inch tubes are black and your 2-inch is your gray. Here we have your city water hookup. So if you're going to the campgrounds, this is where you're going to be hooking up at. And this is going to pressurize everything. Constant pressure. Here we have your outdoor shower. You do have a hot and a cold in there. Some good storage here. LP tank here. Just gonna turn it on. There is no regulators to switch over. You're just gonna run 220s. So be sure to turn them off when you're not using them. Very nice unit. You know, water is your enemy for every camper. So just be aware of any silicone you have on the unit and be sure to inspect that lap sealant. It's very important. Here we have your landing leg control. You got your extend and retract. Here we have our docking light switch, which is actually blue cap lights. So we'll show you those. And then here we have your battery. It's an interstate battery here. And then also we have your battery disconnect here. So when you're not going to be using the unit, make sure to turn this guy off. With this off, no power is going in the battery or out of the battery. So while you're traveling, you want to make sure to have this on. This here's your emergency brake. Nice cap lights. Very nice. I do like the colors of the 2021s. This unit is also prepped with solar on the side. So if you were going to do this, they do have a kit that you can purchase. It's It's going to be with solar panels and then also the solar controller. So there'll be a spot inside the coach here that will be wires for that controller if you were to go that route. Just check for the freshwater drain real quick. Oh, right here we have our low points as well, which is pretty much underneath the main entrance door. Low points are the excess water in the lines themselves. The only time you'll use these is for winterizing and dewinterizing, or if maybe you had a leak somewhere and you wanted to drain the water out of the lines. Right here underneath the tire, or by this first axle, we have your freshwater drain. This is a quick drain, so once you pull it, be sure to get out of the way because water is coming quick. No more waiting an hour and a half for your freshwater tank to drain, which is really nice. Steps here are the fold-ups. They'll lock into your door. I always do a shake before I put them in my unit. Then these will just latch in like so. These also have the quick adjustments. You just press this guy in here and your leg will drop, or you know, to adjust your feet. It's really nice. Solid step. Here we have your control panel. Everything's labeled here. So battery, that's your battery reading. Fresh tank, black tank, gray tank 1, gray tank 2. Then wash, if you had a washer hook up, that would be the washer tank. Awning light switch. That's actually an accent light here. And then with this light one is our main, for your main area. And then we have your porch light, which is just a light on the speaker here for nighttime. Here we have your awning extend and retract. Slide out, in and out. When you're running your slide out, you want to hear this. That's when you know that it's fully out. And you want to hear the same noise once you run it fully in. You have 2 sets of seals and you want to be sealed up. And then here we have our water pump switch. That water pump's going to be located right underneath the sink here, so you actually have an access panel right there to access that. And then you have your LP water heater switch. So for that, you're just going to turn that on and it's going to fire up. So they do want you to put the dinette table down for travel. Couple little coat rack deals. Radio here. You will be able to run Bluetooth, aux cord, all that on here. Looks like it has a USB hookup too. Then you have your zone 1 and 2 for indoor and outdoor use. Zone 1 will be inside, zone 2 is outside. Your fireplace here, you will have a remote for this too. I don't think that is actually plugged into the other side of the wall here, so I don't have 110 power. Microwave's not on either. But yeah, I was really impressed by these. These things put out some heat. I mean, you can literally almost heat this whole area here with just this. So yeah. Here we have your LP detector. So this guy is constantly running, so he is slowly draining down your battery if you weren't plugged in. So like I said, if you're not going to be using your trailer, be sure to hit that battery disconnect, because that guy there is going to slowly drain that battery. Stove top here. Very easy. You're just going to put this to high and click your sparker. Just turn that knob there. And you also have a blue LED light set up here with the oven light on too. Stove top here. You have a light and then a fan for when you're cooking. Microwave, self-explanatory there. This fridge here is a 12 volt fridge. But if we're plugged into 110, it's converting over to 12 volt. for you automatically. So this is running on 12 volt. Really cool layout. I love the barn door on this one with the bunk area. Do have a light switch here. It's a really cool setup with a little closet area too. There's a couple drawers. Here we have your fuse panel. I know it's kind of hard to see, but everything is labeled here. 110 and 12 volt, both labeled. And then you have your breakers here, and then your 12 volt fuses here. I would suggest grabbing a multi-kit or a pack of fuses from your hardware or like an AutoZone or something. These 25s here are kind of like your mains for your 12 volt. So what happens a lot of times is people will try to hook up their battery and they end up hooking their battery up wrong. Then they end up frying these fuses here, and then when they hook the battery up the correct way, you know, they're like, why don't I have power? Well, it's because of them fuses there. The dinette will, you just pull the legs out, and then they will mount here, and then you just move the cushions accordingly. Do have a little dinette light. I believe there is storage underneath this here as well. And I believe that this will scissor down into a bed as well too. And then you have a light switch here for your lights on your slide here. Big window too, which is nice. Thermostat here, pretty easy. You're just gonna flip it to heat. Leave your fan on auto. What happens usually is when you flip your thermostat onto heat, your AC fan kicks on as well. So if you just leave it on auto, it's just gonna run your furnace or just your AC. And then when you want to run your AC, you just flip it over to cool and adjust your temp. Light switches right here for your bedroom. So there will be some storage underneath the bed as well. Do have hookups for a TV, and they do have the TV backer labeled there, so if you were going to mount a TV, be sure to feel around for that backer there. And then you'll have a couple USB hookups too by your bed for charging your phones, and then a light above the bed as well. And this unit is pre-wired for a second AC. Bathroom here. Nice open shower. Just be sure to lock your door before travel. Very important. I've seen several doors shattered. Kind of cool, they're adding a motion light here, so that will turn on as soon as you walk in. And you do have a fan here as well. And then your light switch too. So. Very nice. Here we have your GFI. So if your outlets weren't working, make sure to come check your GFI. And lots of storage here for a bathroom too. Fit a lot of stuff in there. Little towel rack. And the toilet is a pedal to flush. Yeah, very nice unit. I believe that is it for my show through. Like I said, if I missed anything, if you have questions on anything, give us a call here at All Seasons RV. Thank you.